She hasn't pooped in 7 days? Today we're talking about constipation. It's a topic that afflicts a lot of kids, adults too, so they're not the only ones, the kiddos, but today we're going to take it from more of the kid standpoint, but I promise you a lot of this will apply to adults as well. So recently we had a 1-year-old, she's about 1.5, and mom says that she just doesn't poop often, and she seems uncomfortable, and it's a whole big process, and they end up giving her some sort of laxative to get her to poop. Now, over the years, we've been at this for 14 years, we have heard things from the medical side saying things like, oh, it's okay if they don't poop every, as long as they poop every 7 to 10 days or something along those lines. That's crazy sauce. For good health, we need good digestion. For kids, for bigger kids, for teenagers, for adults, for seniors, we need to poop. So we're gonna take this from the vantage point of you've already done a lot of stuff. Those things typically include prune juice, coffee for some, better hydration, more fiber, better sleep, physical activity. And I'm gonna say that's an underrated one because oftentimes we will find, and this is really in the older kids, like say teens and up, and adults, where they're very sedentary. Well, your body needs to get things moving, like literally. So doing some very simple stuff, go for a run, a jog, a walk, do some squats, engage your body in a different way, and for some people, that is the trick. So say you've done all of those things for your kiddo. Now let's talk about how we're going to approach it and the things we're going to look at from a chiropractic standpoint. Almost always in these cases, one of the first things we want to look at is the sacrum. So it's this triangular bone here, and a lot of digestive action happens at this level in the body. So little ones, let's say in that 1 to 2 range, well, what's a new thing that they're doing? Well, they're standing and they're walking. And with that, they have a lot of falls right on the sacrum. So if that's an area that needs some work, that needs some adjustments, well, that could be the unlock for your child's digestion. So one thing I'm going to point out is that this big bone here for kids does not look like this. It doesn't get solidified till they're about 12 years old or so. So before that, these are 5 individual bones. So when we assess and look for those, we're gonna be able to adjust and correct what's happening there if that's the source. For some kids, it's a little bit higher. It's those nerves that go into the upper digestive organs. So let's say like the stomach area, which is kind of in this zone right here, or in the lower zone, which is here, which is going to be the small intestine and large intestines. So because these nerves go to different areas of the body and different levels of digestion, we're going to assess them all a little differently, because things that are affecting the stomach may be completely different than things that are affecting the large intestines, for instance. One of our favorite tools for assessing this is our thermal scanner. So these 2 sensors right here, they are going to be rolled up the spine, and what we're going to get is a heat signature. So being able to see that pattern, and if there are heat imbalances within the digestive zone, help us to really zero in on what the cause is and what we can do about it. So this is not to say that those other things are not supportive, like if you were using hydration, for instance, like greater hydration, greater fiber, those are just good health habits. You should continue those, but if the problem is persisting, that's where chiropractic can really shine. As you know, the brain up here, which is missing from this model, but the brain is right about here, and it controls and regulates everything in the body, including digestion. So as the brain sends a signal down the spinal cord and to the nerves that go to the digestive organs, we're looking for areas that signal is blocked. If it's blocked and there's more pressure, for instance, on that, and it's just obstructing or changing the signal in one way or another, you can very likely have impaired digestion. The really cool thing for kids is they can see a change in this process really quickly. Going back to that baby that I talked about at the beginning, who's about 1.5, look at this text that mom sent after her first adjustment. And I would like to say, and I would, in my head, those weight loss commercials and things like that where it says on the screen, results not typical. I'm going to tell you that more than 50% of kids who are dealing with constipation even after 1 to 2 adjustments, do start to see a noticeable change. And it's simple, really. The body wants to have good digestion. It knows that it needs to eliminate waste products from the body. It knows this. The brain and body know this. So whatever's obstructing it, let's just pick on the sacrum again. Let's say it is in the sacrum. Once we remove that, the body and nervous system go to a place of like, thank goodness, that's gone. Now I can do my thing like I'm supposed to. So that being said, if your kiddo is dealing with this constipation issue and you've tried all the other stuff, I would urge you to find a chiropractor. If you're not near us and you need a referral, in the comments or in the description down below, I should say, we're gonna put a list of 2 to 3 really good directories that you can search by zip code, that you can find a chiropractor who's going to assess this issue just like I described in this video. But if you are near us and you want us to assess your child, find our info down below and we look forward to seeing you. And if you found this content valuable, we would love for you to subscribe to our channel.